An ally has returned.
Hello, Paul Bellow here in the Lit RPG Adventures Workshop. Once again, working on our integrated world builder. And I have some good news. I am fresh back from seeing our major patron. And we have another month to keep tinkering on this and try to get it released here in the next week or so. Why is that not lining up now? Interesting. Still quite a few amount of bugs, and I'm going to have to work on limiting, I think, some of the options available in the first edition of this tool. What I'm trying to get here is a plains hex, and there we have grasslands and no plains. So we'll try again. Apologize for this. The thing is, we have 24 terrain types now, and working out how I'm gonna do this stuff, I haven't worried about. Here we go. Adding it to all the different variations. I'm, testing one type to, see how I want to get it, and like there. Oh no! Why did it do that? Let's see if we can get that again real quick. Yes, I'm showing you how buggy this is, so you realize why I have not been able to release it quite yet. Every time I add a new feature, it gets a little more bug prone. There we go. But as you can see, the problem was we have 24 terrain types, and I wanted to do 4 variations of each, so round that up, 100 tiles. I was trying to load all of those when you open this, every single terrain type, even if you're not using it, but that, slows it down. That's just messy. So I'm trying to do a lazy loader that only loads, whatever tile images that you actually need. But obviously it comes up broken and then loads them. So I have some kind of timing issue or something in the back end that I will still need to look at. As well as that bug where it kind of went funky there and it wasn't matching up. And I think that has to do with having mouse control on this window and this window at the same time. Like, maybe we can just put the city map and the dungeon map here on the same canvas. I don't know. Anyway, what I've built out now for just the plains type is the ability to anything from a campsite all the way to a large city, it will pop a token into the right place. And if we look at large city now, we can see the south side of town had a fire or something and nobody lives there anymore. No, that's just my bad algorithm that has all the buildings stuffed up here. Yeah, that's not going to the right place. that does work on dungeons, so I know how to do it. It's just, like I said, having issues with so many things going on, but making a little bit of progress. But what I figured on this is what I'm doing is I actually made a new tile, one for each size of the city for each terrain type, and then I quickly realized we got 24 terrain types. If there's 6 additional images, that's, you know, another 150 or so images that we have to load. So what I'm going to move to, I think, is we drop the cool main terrain type, and then instead of me creating, you know, variations of every city, what I'll do is just make a transparent version of the campsite or a transparent version of the city, depending on size, and then overlay it on the hex and store that information. It's going to be more work to set it up, but we're not going to have to load 200,000 different combination of images and make that even more clunky. But like I said, the city maps are looking a little better. Somebody on Twitter mentioned a wall, which is a very good idea. That shouldn't be too hard to put in. You know, just take the city size, and then we're doing each tile is a different type. And see how clunky that is with the 2 maps, and we're using, so let me rethink that. But I wanted to concentrate on getting the you know, building locations, even if it doesn't zoom to it. We know building 14 is a house, we know building 15 is an inn, and 16 is an inn, and they probably, you know, have a rivalry going on. Okay. Context will be good for the LLM. But we have 1s are roads, 2s are buildings, 0s are empty for now, and that's probably why we have no houses down there. But the idea is that a large, super large city would have multiple roads with, you know, maybe hundreds of buildings, whereas, wow, this is really slowing down. And my fan's blowing hot. That's not good. I bet it's the zoom and the scrolling, redrawing it so many times. But we can go ahead and put a small city, which has a different image, and then it has a different size of the map. It only has to draw that once. I don't know, there's so many things like this I'm gonna have to think about. And then as you go down on the city size, okay, this is a little hamlet, you know, maybe there's just one road that should go all the way across, though, probably. And then, you know, a couple buildings in town. Whereas if we have a town, which is bigger in size, you know, we got more roads, more buildings, and so on and so forth. So that's where we're at. I'm making some decisions on the graphics here. I do like those, and being able to download, you know, this little region map that has the village and the dungeons over here, you know, for the zoomed in version of our main map over here, which is still a big buggy too. Yeah, some of these will load in. I do have tile types for most of these now, multiple for some of them, but then I started, you know, realizing, like I said, if I have too many variations, it's gonna get really crazy really quick. That is most of the terrain types. We can even do water. Seems to be a little more stable now too. Okay, there's one with the variations, taiga. We have some trees, some clearings, trees with snow, transition snow, and so on and so forth. And then if we do a tropical map, we should have most of these as well. Why doesn't that look tropical? Let's go down to real tropical. Uh-oh, there we go. Okay, so this error is happening when we don't load the tiles for one biome. But yeah, that's going to be broke now. But I need better error handling with that, and so on and so forth. But we will get there. We will get there. I have to do a hard refresh to fix. Yep. So something in that sequence gets out of control and then causes it. See, there we have a jungle with different tiles. Yeah, visiting the patron, we had some problems. Little buggy stuff like that as well. So that's something we're going to have to look at. But and then of course I have to put the rivers into the. So there's so many things. So what I'm going to work on is coming up with a definite list of minimal viable product, and get something out for you guys to test here in the next week or so. And then from there, we will go. That was another problem we had with those not being able to be closed. I think it's probably all related to something that's happening between this screen and that screen. Instead of doing it all on one scene, I'm splitting it up like that to get more control and stuff, which is better. But I'm going to have to make sure it is a lot more stable. So stay tuned, and thank you for all the support. Thank you for the comments, likes and shares, etc. That all helps. And I'll be back once or twice this week, hopefully, with some more updates and a better sense of direction on where we're headed with this. So thanks for coming along with me on the ride, and I'll talk to you soon.
Ally has left the game.